Hello.
Yes. Hi. Hello.
Hi. Good evening. Yashwant here.
Good evening. Hi. Fine. So just wait for 2 minutes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. One minute. Sorry. 010. Okay. Hello. Is it audible, please?
Hello, teacher. Yes, I can
Hello.
hear you. Hello.
Okay, okay. Hi, Scar.
Hi,
afternoon.
sorry yesterday. I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Yes, nice, nice. Hi, Sarabhya. Good afternoon. Good evening. Basically, Sarabhya for good evening. And Iskar for good afternoon or good evening.
Good afternoon. Yes, good afternoon. Thank you.
Good afternoon from France. Good. Okay, so let us start our session. Is it visible, Sarabhya?
Yes, it is visible.
Yes, it's visible.
Good, good. Okay. So now this is okay. So it is 1909. I am going to SPRO menu to take care about some specific activities for configuration setting. So yesterday we have completed most of the configuration setting, especially for org structure, enterprise structures involving all these master data. Then we have also seen the specific activities for stock placement activities in setting storage type search sequence for put away, right? Today we shall see for stock removal. So let us go. Our specific SCM EWM. Under we have got this node, right? So stock removal, goods issue process, strategies, stock removal rule. Okay, so let us see. So this is the stock removal rule. So here we can see very specific. Let us suppose there's some standard warehouse 1710. Okay. So what is the stock removal rule? This is the stock removal rule. So this rule is depending upon the one short sequence field WDATU. So we can have different stock sequence fields. So WDATU is the standard field for date and time of goods received. So based on the good received date and time, we can do the stock removal rule also, right? Just like FIFO, you can say. Okay. So our stock sequence FIFO. Okay. So this is the FIFO, first in, first out, stock removal activities. Similarly, we have got non-pallet quantity first, right? So this is another type of stock removal rule. So it is quantity, quan, and W, TA, TU. So first sequence will be quantity, second sequence will be FIFO. Okay. So based on the quantity will be first sequence, first priority, and second priority based on the date and receiving date and time for put away. So based on the put away, we are doing the picking operation. So we have different activities. One more option we have, that is the fixed. That is the fixed bin. So fixed bin somehow a specific quantity fixed, right? And WDATU. So for, and also LIFO. So we know that in cement industries or in other consumer industries, sometimes we are following the concept of LIFO, last in, first out. Let us suppose that our consumer industries products, like let us suppose that Coke or liquor, okay, has got a huge consumption. So we are doing the LIFO. Just whatever we are getting, we are supplying from the stack, right? So it is last in, first out. In cement industries, in the month of October, November, for any year end where we are having huge demand of cement for construction industries, so we are following the last in, first out option, right? We are not following FIFO for cement industries because of the high demand from the construction industries or any specific government metro. So we are following LIFO there. So LIFO, so what will be the stock removal rule? So WTATU. So based on this, pick particular put away date and time, we shall do the descending order, WTATU, right? So in this way, you are defining the stock removal rule. Next is the, we can have specified search storage type search sequence. Like we have got a specific warehouse, this picking from bulk storage, removal of non-pallet quantities, removal of pallet quantities. So let us suppose that picking from bulk storage. So it is applicable for, let us suppose that any specific bulk storing acid industry or liquor industry or beverage industry. Okay, so the material is stored in a quantity of bulk, liquid or semi-solid bulk, okay, in container. So there we have got some storage type assigned for this. So this is the ROS number, this is the storage type, okay, and this is the particular storage type from this to this sequences. This is the source, this is the destination, source destination. So this type of activities we are assigning for stock removal strategies. Now define stock removal control indicator. So this control indicator we have seen previously, it is assigned in the material master. Okay. So this is control indicators like you can say 1710 YR02. So this control indicator has got this particular YR02 assigned to the material. So the material which contains this particular indicator which will applicable for this strategy. So we can see this particular material also for any product. Let us suppose that we have /n/SCWM, right? SCWM/MAT1. So we have got any specific, let us suppose that this 1710. Okay. ROS number 1710. Okay. So for this material, we can see in warehouse data, we have control indicator. So first control indicator, passive, it is for put away. So it is put away control indicator. It is for put away. For picking, it is SRCI, stock removal indicator, right? So stock removal control indicator. So it is blank, so we can change it also, right? We can have option of YR02. And we can make it fixed also. Fixed means it cannot be changed. And if it is not fixed, then it can be changed depending upon the other scenarios, sequences. So we can save it. So depending upon this indicator, this material will be going for the picking strategies for this indicator. Okay. Now determine the storage type search sequence for stocks. This is the ultimately search sequence which will having some matrix table. So let us suppose that for our standard warehouse here 1710. So this is the for matrix. So you can say that's ROS number. It is the WPT. So WPT will be the deciding factor for most of the, for all the, I think all the storage types are sequence for ultimate put away and picking operation. So here it is applicable for the picking operation, right? And here storage types are sequence. So this search sequence we have defined previously, and also this particular removal operation is taking care for this rule, FIFO rule or LIFO rule. What are the rules? So we have seen the rule. So ultimate assignment in a matrix table in combination and permutation, we are having this section. Let us see. It depends. Okay. If we are having some product individually, we can do the product also, or we can have this based on the Arus number and all this particular search sequence also. Okay. Generally material type we are not taking care. We are taking care a specific search sequence we have defined for this warehouse, followed by the particular storage type. Okay. So like we have got some stock type also. So stock type may be some different. Let us suppose that we have a stock type F1, F2, F3. Okay. So sometimes we have got Q3 stock type. For Q3 stock type, we can have different strategy, right? So strategy is based on the material. So I have shown you SRCI. SRCI stands for stock removal control indicator, right? SRCI can show. So this is the SRCI. We have seen it. It is the product specific strategy. Let us suppose that we are supplying product for Walmart, like beverage, cold drinks. So Walmart is having our key customer. So for this key customer, for this product, we can have some specific stock removal strategy, right? Irrespective of the product material type, right? Or we have got a specific storage type applicable for Tyson, okay, our second key customer. Then we can have this storage type applicable for Tyson customer. Okay, so depending upon the storage type, depending upon the product name, we can segregate the stock removal strategy. Okay, it is not depending upon in generally. Yeah. Yes, for each material, you are right. Yes. For material. Yes. Yes, yes, correct. Yes. Welcome. Okay. So basically in EWM, we are categorizing the specific stock removal strategy based on the customer needs. If we are supplying this product for a particular customer, we can do. If we are supplying this product for the particular customers based on the storage type, we can do. Based on the some strategy like LIFO, FIFO, based on the pallet, partial pallet, full pallet, we can do. Okay. So all these combination and permutations we are having in this particular setting. Like for blocked stock, sometimes we are doing picking strategy for block stock. Okay, sometimes we are having a strategy for quality stock from one storage type to the another storage type. We can do from here also. But in general, we are doing this for available stocks. Okay. So this combination permutations we have given, right? Now it is completed. Now we can (47) number page yesterday we have completed yesterday. It was POS for stock removal strategy, right? Now we can also do the optimization of stock removal, just like FIFO we can do the particular stock removal strategies optimization. So this is the optimization particular screen is there. This screen is also available here. Okay, strategies. We can do the optimization in a particular indicator. So what are the indicators we can control? All we can see. So 1710, let us suppose this is the best practice. So first sequence, first priority will be this. 2SP means two-step picking, right? Two-step picking means there will be one intermediate storage area for preparation for our shipping operation. Some stock removal ID based on the process type, based on the quantity classification, right? Based on the other parameters. So all the parameters are there. We can have S. S stands for some stock type consideration like F1, F2, Q1, Q2, Q3. Okay. We have based on the some category. What is the category? Stock category. So stock category based on the some specific product, specific category we can have, right? Based on the some usability, stock uses also. So all these we can have some specific matrix table for optimization of the particular strategy for stock removal based on the priority. So sequence is nothing but these are the priority. So first priority will be this, right? Second priority will be this, third this, fourth this. And every priority you can see these are the indicators. Okay, but every indicator has got its own impact for the strategy, right? So this is called optimization for your stock removal strategy. So you should not save it. Now for international customers and vendors, we are having for setting especially for shipping and receiving. So it is applicable for especially for our EWM integrated with yard management or integrated with freight orders for transportation management, transportation planning, okay, or maybe some geographical integration for EWM, especially for these forwarding agents, right? So there we have got cross process setting. Under cross process setting, we have got the shipping and receiving general setting. Okay, shipping and receiving general setting. So there we can have some setting for international customers and vendors. So let us see for shipping for international customer and vendors. It is under cross process setting, right? Cross process setting, shipping and receiving, general setting, general setting for shipping and receiving, general setting for shipping and receiving. So our best practice warehouse 1710 has got some differential route, okay, departure, copy route, default value, okay, for door and next departure for TU. So I have told that this is applicable for the integration of EWM with TM or yard management. It is not for the EWM's internal movements of the goods. It is for the EWM integrated for the external movements with the external systems, maybe SAP or non-SAP system. This external system may be yard logistics or TM, transportation management, right? It is for international customers and vendors most of the time. Followed by physical inventory. Now, physical inventory, we know that the physical inventory has got some specific PI area specific setting, right? So, how PR area specific setting? As a responsible EWM consultant, we are having some internal warehouse processes. So, these processes contains replenishment, physical inventory, bin to bin movements, or storage type to storage type movements, or handling unit changes, all the specific operations we are doing. So there we have to define some physical inventory area for PI processes, physical inventory process. So you can see this internal warehouse movements also. Internal warehouse movement contains PI, replenishment, warehouse optimization, physical inventory, right? So physical inventory area, we need to define this particular area where we should do the physical inventory process, like one area this. Okay, it has got some specific combination and permutation. Other area is this, next is this, next is this. So we are all having this particular combination and permutation, like put away PI, LSPI. What is LSPI? Very simple. Low stock check. It is the specific scenario. In order to check the low stock quantity for a specific quantity of a product supplied to our customer, Coca-Cola. Okay. Coke, we are supplying to them. We are the manufacturing of Cokes, working as a vendor for Coca-Cola. So we can do the low stock supply for a specific 300 ml bottle, for example, to be supplied to the Coke, right? So low stock physical inventory count we can do. So low stock basically it is the specific case where we are doing most probably ad hoc basis counting, not continuous counting. We are doing ad hoc basis. Let us suppose that for this week we are doing ad hoc basis quantity for 100 ml bottle to be supplied to Coca-Cola, right? Followed by basically frequency of checking we are defining. Yes, we are defining in cycle counting. Okay, yeah. In cycle counting, we are defining frequency of checking. Ad hoc basis, we are not defining. Ad hoc means unplanned. Ad hoc means unplanned. Yes. For cycle counting, we are doing. CC stands for cycle counting. Ad hoc means unplanned. Okay. So unplanned, we cannot do the frequency. We cannot decide. Frequency only decide by cycle counting based on the ABC analysis. We know in CC we have got ABC analysis. So based on the ABC analysis, we are doing the planned gate. Yes, planned physical inventory count. But nowadays it is very difficult to plan at the starting of the year. That once we'll do this physical inventory for which product, because the customer's demand is very much changing in nature. So most of the people are doing ad hoc counting. Okay, CC is very difficult. Cycle counting is very difficult because we have to plan in advance, right? Team. So we need to understand the situation of our original equipment manufacturers, OEM, right? In automotive sector, we have got OEM, original equipment manufacturers, like Toyota, Volkswagen. They are the OEMs. So they cannot plan because of the changing delivery date and quantity of the customer. It is very difficult to do the actual forecasting, real forecasting, right? So that's why most of the time nowadays people are doing ad hoc. Some industries, but in some products we are doing CC, cycle counting. Like if we are supplying uh, some dedicated product, let us suppose that we are the supplier of steering of cars for BMW, right? So, but BMW is not the basically end customer, right? So there we can have some cycle counting for the steering supplied to the BMW. But or the BMW's car is not so much high in demand as compared to Toyota, right? BMW is the high-ended car. Okay, it is the class D or class C car, right? So BMW cars we can do. We are the suppliers for the steering of BMW car. So there we can do CC. So all depends upon the customers, all depends upon the product. We can have the plan. But CC having the ABC analytics for the PI, physical inventory process. Right? Okay. Now let us see next. So this is the combination. What is the disposal quantity? What is the particular proposed inventory quantity at the time of count entry, right? Also, we have got what will be the basically display item object at the time of count, maybe handling unit operated for the storage bin. Okay. We can have the HU complete option. What is HU complete option? Allowed during this physical inventory process, we have to clarify with the particular auditors related to the HU. Okay. But it has got some obligations with the system also, with the particular activities also, whether it is allowed or not. Okay. We have to take care about the particular auditor because auditor are also there during the physical inventory count. Also HU count because most of the processes in EWM are HU oriented, about 80% of processes. 20% of processes are not HU, like for inbound processes, some people are following non-HU process. They are telling that HU is not required. They are taking risk. They are taking risks basically. If you are not following HU, operated, HU oriented, HU prone goods movements, then you are taking risks to damage the goods, or maybe you cannot track the goods properly. So HU is required for most of the processes. And what will be the permissible document type? So let us suppose that these are the permissible document type. Means process like annual physical inventory, ad hoc or cycle count, right? Now, we have seen it. Now assign physical inventory area to activity area. Now physical inventory area we have defined. This physical inventory area must be assigned to the particular activity area. Okay. Where we are doing the activities. Periodicity of storage bin check. We can define the periodicity of storage bin check also, right? which period we can check, like for our standard, let us suppose that this warehouse, okay, activity area of this, and this is the interval, this is the periodicity. So we can define here also. Storage being checked in work days, 30 work days we can check. And what will be the specific buffer time? Buffer time means buffering, that is the how much difference should be there in between two checking. How many days in times? Let us suppose that 30 days interval, but there should be some difference of time delay in between two consecutive checking, right? One check, after 5 days, next checking will occur. So this is called buffer, just like production, floats, right? Schedule margin key. Just like for floating, we are also allowing here. Now we can internal physical inventory ROS number specific. This assign physical inventory area to the activity area, like this. This is the physical inventory area, okay, and this is the activity area. This should be assigned. So activity area is defined as the type of activities we are doing in the warehouse, like put away, picking, physical inventory. So this should be assigned to each other. Why? To automate the system, right? Similarly, what should be the reason for the physical inventory? We have to define the reason in customizing setting. Maybe for cycle counting is a reason, right? Maybe for low stock checking is a reason. Maybe for a standard physical inventory is a reason. Maybe for unplanned physical inventory means ad hoc. Unplanned means ad hoc. So let us see. We have to define the reason. Reasons means types of the PI process. Okay, we can define the number range of the physical inventory document. What is the number range? Let us suppose that for 1710, what are the number range? This is the number range. Okay. Any question? Let us see. Same material PI. Yes, we can do during the physical inventory process. Yes, we can do. Yes. Basically, there are 4 reasons, whatever we have defined as per standard. But same material we can have at the different time, not at the same time. At the different time zone we can define. Fine. Yeah. Yes, we can do. Based on different time zone. Correct. Now, specific physical inventory document setting. So it has got some specific fiscal year like setting. Like for this hour, what will be the currency? What will be the calendar? What will be the year-end variant? K4 for finance, right? We know that it is the financial year-end variant. What will be the proceeding printing for the physical inventory document, right? Who will be the owner? Who will be the party to disposal? What will be the specific parameter for correlation function permitted in difference analyzer? Difference analyzer is applicable for write-off and writing for final adjustment of the physical inventory count results. Okay, whether we want to do plus or minus in our S4HANA inventory management count. What will be the PI document, number range interval for PI document. Okay, So all these settings are available in this particular matrix table. Okay, here we can define this fiscal year variant K4 finance, because at the end of the day, finance is the decision maker for the accuracy of the results to be accepted by the company's balance sheet, right? Because physical inventory has a remarkable impact on the balance sheet also, right? It shows the accuracy of our balance sheet at the end of the year. Configure cycle counting. We can do the configuration of cycle counting. Previously, it was used very much, but nowadays, cycle counting is very lessly used, right? Now, let us suppose that for this cycle counting ABC, we know the meaning of ABC. It is based on the value and quantity. So as per the specific ABC rule, we are having 70, 20 and 10 based on the values. 70% A, 20% B, 10% C based on the values for the total products, right? Now, in general, for any company in the world, the ratio is having 70% value is decided by only 30 to 35% of the quantity of the products. They are the high-ended, highly valued products. Most of the companies, they are following in the same manner. Some companies, they are exceptions, but most of the companies, 80%.